Hello, welcome. This is Zach McAllister. This is the first weekly episode of Juggling Reviews Review, where I'm going to be reviewing the reviews that me and some other jugglers have been making over on Instagram. If you're not caught up, there's Juggling Reviews. It's a Instagram account. It's a handle. We're just reviewing some stuff, you know? It's just like a pool of people reviewing things. It's a lot of fun. There's a color coding system here, so if you look, you can see that the yellow ones are the juggling films, the things longer than 20 minutes. The blue ones, like 5 minutes or so. There's short juggling films, which are something like Ice Cream, which has some length to it, but it's not long enough that I would say it's an LP. It's more like an EP. We're just going to go down the line through all the reviews and talk about them. Let's just start with Throwjoy. So Throwjoy, one of my favorite juggling videos of all time. I just think it's so well done. It's 53 minutes long. Wes Peden is like the king of juggling. There's no doubt about that. I felt like this was not a peak for Wes Peden, but like this was definitely a high point in Wes Peden's creative career as a creative genius. This really led into a lot of the stuff that he ended up doing with Water on Mars, that trio show that they did for a while, and they did on, I believe, Broadway. Apparently that was pretty successful. So, I mean, props to them. The only things I really have to say are that, like, there's two sections that I might skip when I watch it. And that is the one you just saw, the ring pull-down section. One of the people really just despised the Six Club, like, camo club thing. I think mainly because it was kind of hard to see. The thing with the camo clubs was refilmed entirely, again with the camo clubs so they could be seen. But then, even then, like, it's just like the space, it was just really hard to see the clubs. Which kind of made it a little bit hard to enjoy. Throwjoy, it's great. The concept is great. It's like a concept album. It's really, really great. It just has a few parts that I feel like drag a little bit. And if it was going to be a perfect 10 out of 10, I shouldn't be able to say that. That's just, I think, how it tumbles sometimes. Throwjoy, one of my favorite juggling videos of all time. That being said, I threw this in there because I wanted to make it apparent that doesn't matter if you're Anthony Gatto, you can still make a crappy juggling video. And this wasn't even crappy. It's like, if it wasn't Anthony Gatto, it would be much lower. But the fact that the juggling is so incredible, it kind of compensates it a little bit for having the crappy quality. Like, this is like the most interesting thing, but it only pops in for a second, where like the colors are there and stuff. But, I don't know. There's no order to any of the things that he's doing. It's literally just Anthony Gatto highlight reel time. People paid for this. Like, this was a DVD that you could buy of Anthony Gatto. And he sold this. But it just felt like there was no strong decisions made when making this video. Keep in mind, if we give a 5 out of 10, I feel like that's a pretty good score. That's, like, don't think of it, I was having this discussion with somebody else. If you get a 5 out of 10, look at the other ones that are in 5 out of 10, because more often than not, they're going to be pretty freaking good. I think 5 is when a juggling video starts getting great, and then it starts going, like, ascended past that. Like, that's when it starts getting, like, really nuts. You shouldn't, like, take it personally if you get a 5. It's not like you're failing your juggling or whatever, you know what I mean? It's, it doesn't work the same in theory as, like, a school grade. Miller, I remember when I first watched this, I was, like, totally, like, I was just like, people other than Wes Peden and Tony Pezzo make videos like this? What? That's pretty cool. I think I watched it through the IJA. I don't know if it was sold anywhere else, but I definitely watched it through the IJA. It's fun. it's a little two-dimensional at times, and there's a lot of parts that drag. But there's a lot of fun sequences in there. There's a lot of cool locations in this video. Like, really cool locations. There's some weird things, like the trailer includes a section of the video that actually isn't even in the video. It's in the bonus section for the video, which I thought was kind of a weird decision. There's a section with a heart background that have, like, a clear structure through that entire section of, like, it's building up to something. Whereas there's other sections, like the purple, yellow, white club section that really just is like a bunch of tricks. Alongside the other section, which is at the end, which is the section with the 5 clubs and more, where it's just him doing a bunch of hard tricks, which I was totally down for that one. Like, it's visually very interesting to watch. This is my issue with a lot of juggling videos. Sometimes I feel like there's too much stuff, you know, like, and I'm victim to this too. I kind of wish that there wasn't any ball juggling in this. I wish that it was purely just clubs, because it was already so close to being just clubs that it was like, make it the club video, you know? I don't think you even need to include balls. You could do that as like a bonus thing or whatever, I don't know. Next we have the third. The third is 8 out of 10. I think, in my own opinion, I probably would have put the third a little bit closer to Throwjoy. They're very similar, in terms of, like, content and, like, stylization. But the one thing that the third just kind of misses a little bit that Throwjoy has, which is, like, the icing on the cake, is that whole... just like, it's called Throwjoy. The video's about having fun and juggling, and it's also about taping things together. And you can see the whole, like, thing throughout. Whereas with the third, it feels like, it's like a highlight reel, which is totally fine for a juggling video to be a highlight reel. But to have a juggling video also, like, tell you as you're watching it, it just, like, helps complete, like, the image, and it's just an extra thing you can do. Also, like, it's funny because I feel like I'd rather watch the third than I would Throwjoy, but objectively, I know that Throwjoy would be higher than the third would be, just based on, like, the content of it. But the third is, to me, more enjoyable because I enjoy the juggling more. All the juggling tricks that were done in the third are great. It was always the problem was with the juggling sequences and how they either dragged or they just weren't typically too interesting. But everything was filmed great. So let's go into a different category, which is the blue, which is for juggling videos, the shorter videos. So here we have Reductionism, which is a video by Guillaume. I believe it's from, it's from 2016. I love this video. I absolutely, like, adore this video. This thing, boom, for boom, boom, where, like, he, like, inchworms the rings around him, and, like, he's just got such a fun juggling style. And I always think of this video as the video with the square light. In the description of his video, he has his own, like, reason of, like, what this video is about to him. But in my personal, like, what I saw, it seems to be, like, that this video is about adding Diablos to existing tricks to create larger images. Kind of like the yo-yo is, like, adding a third ball into a 2-ball trick, but it's all just about trying to make the image bigger without actually changing the base juggling pattern or juggling trick. So handles is, we gave a 7.5 out of 10. Handles is really, like, with the footage given, the best thing that I feel like I could get out of the video. It's practice footage, but it's filmed well, and it's filmed in locations that are interesting. It's a static camera, which is fine, and the camera quality isn't the best, which is also fine. Like, it is what it is, and for what it is, it's a great video. There's a part later in the video where it switches to vertical. For me, like, it always pulls me out whenever, like, the whole thing is like this, and it looks great, and then just randomly it's like this, you know. But other than that, great video. There was some transition kind of stuff in there where like she throws the balls and knocks down the camera, and then like it like focuses back into like a ring juggling sequence or something. Lots of really cool stuff. There's also a commentator at the beginning who's kind of interesting to listen to. It feels like it gives the video more character than just like a practice video. Overall, great video. SATVRNO V. I don't even know how to say that because of the V in there. This video is great. This video is like, objectively, it's just a great video. All the tricks are really just like all killer, no filler. The camera work is amazing. The visuals are also amazing. The music choice is perfect for what it is. He literally makes a freaking chain out of juggling rings and climbs it at the end. That's like the epitome of like so cool. Like, who does that? I don't have anything bad to say about it. The soundscaping is like on another level. There's a whole section where it cuts to silence and it's just all ring noises, and it's like beautiful. It's like amazing to listen to and like see. I'm like actually there while the rings are grinding. Would I recommend all of these to you? Yes, I would. Make sure to let me know what videos you want to see next. What videos should I review next? Did you agree with my reviews, or do you think that the reviews should be different next time? Do you think I'm being too harsh on some of these? Let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you hopefully next week, and we'll do this again with the new reviews that I will have posted through that account. And that sounds about it. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more of what I do, feel free to subscribe. Also, if you're interested in supporting me and getting exclusive video content along the way, check out my Patreon. I just released Dr. Pop, a Patreon exclusive. It's 18 minutes of new juggling from me this year. Definitely worth checking out. Link in description below. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day.